Hello and welcome to my tutorial ebook, Understanding Fractions, where every single problem is linked to a video tutorial. And here we go with 1.5, pigging out pigs. Here are the pigs, and they do love to pig out. This is a on your own problem, so you should have completed the entire problem, and now you're watching the video just to correct your work and make sure you did a fantastic job, which I'm sure you did. However, if you made any mistakes, no worries. All you got to do is pause the video and fix your mistakes. That is the fastest way to learn, my friend. So here we go. Here's the scenario. Your grandmother loves to bake bread. Here it is. She has just baked a large loaf, and the wonderful smell fills the entire kitchen. There are 15 aunts, uncles, and cousins at your grandmother's house, so your grandmother cuts the loaf into 1/15 parts. She places the loaf on the kitchen counter and walks into the living room to chat with you and all of your relatives. As your grandmother leaves the kitchen, two mother pigs, 1, 2, and their little piglets sneak in. There's the piglets. They're very cute. But they sneak in. Now there's a chair next to the counter, and one of the mother pigs, I'm guessing this one, uses it to climb up onto the counter. She knocks the loaf over onto the floor, and all the pigs start pigging out. Before your grandmother can shoo these pigs away, they have eaten all but 13/15 of the loaf of bread. Can you illustrate how much is left? So here is our deal. First of all, let's talk a bit about fractions. I want to remind you that fractions have a numerator, and the numerator is always on top, and they've got a denominator, and the denominator is on the bottom, right? And the denominator tells us how many parts this bread has been cut into. And in this case, we know that the bread was cut into 1/15 parts, right? Now, originally, let's first of all, before we do that, I want to take a look at this loaf of bread. And when we cut it, I always like to cut it up and down. So I'm going to actually turn this bread so it's facing this way because it's easier to work with like that. And we're going to cut it into the 15 parts, okay? Now 15 parts means that I'm going to draw 14 lines because that first line makes 2 parts. So I'm going to go and do that right now, and here we go. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Wow, this last piece is a really big piece. That's whoever gets that one's lucky. But at any rate, I should have 15 parts. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 parts. This one, once again, is a little bit big. That's not fair. But at any rate, 15/15. So now I always tell my students that if you have 15/15, that's like a giant 1 because it means that you get 15 out of 15, which is one whole, in this case, one whole loaf of bread. But that was before all these little hungry piglets came in and chowed down. And now I am told that I only have 13/15. So I'm going to go ahead and write 13/15 because that's what I get now, right? So that means I'm going to count these, and I'm going to just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So I get all of these, and actually, considering how big these pigs are and how many of these guys are. They didn't actually get too many, so grandmother must have shooed them away pretty quickly. But let's go ahead and just pretend that these got eaten by the pigs and the piglets. So those are not there right now. And as you see, I've got 13 out of the 15 parts. Now, when you did it, you didn't have to do it on a piece of bread. And what I always like to do is I like to use a box. So this is what you should have had. You should have had a nice big box. And now, the bigger the denominator, the bigger I make this box. That way I have more room to draw these lines. And so the first thing you would have done was drawn this box here. And then you would draw 14 lines, so you make 15 parts. And here we go. I'm going to do it again. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to pick one of these fatter ones and draw another line right in here. And 14. That will give me 15 parts. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 parts. So now I'm going to make it bigger so I can draw in them. And I get 13 of them, so you should then have drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, right? And so you should have drawn the box, should have drawn all these lines across, and then you should have counted all the way up to 13 here like I've done. And then the last thing that you should do is just grab a highlighter or a light colored pencil and color in all these parts that are still there because the pigs and piglets did not get to all this part right here. So you and your aunts and uncles and all your relatives still have this much of the bread left. And that is a thankful thing, my friend, because bread is yummy, right? Okay, so here we go. If you've done this correctly, then that is fantastic. Super job. And you're ready to move on to chapter 2 in the book. If you made any mistakes, then the fastest way to learn is to just fix it. So pause this video and re-illustrate this, just like I have done right there, and write your fraction, 13/15, and you're good to go, my friend. Until next time, have a great day, and I'll see you soon.